Are we ready? Are we doing it? It's time to check the live stream and see if it's happening. I want to show this to everybody. This is actually a video that I did in 2020, but I do want to show this because I was just talking about it. I don't believe I'm live yet, to be honest. Let's see if it's happening. Is it happening?
It's time to check the live stream.
Yeah, it's happening. So look at this Chinese submarine using underground base. Now I'm just going to let the video go because I was talking in my video and I'm showing my desktop. This is Easter Island, okay? Let's stop it for a second. This is Easter Island, and that right there is what I think is the same thing we were just looking at that China's doing with the underground submarines. I don't know, but if you look here, you can get a nice Google Earth link. It's right about here, and the guy's standing there taking a picture of it all. Take a look at what he got, and I'll show you in this video. It's happening right now. I'm just talking about it first, and you can go check that video out by yourself if you want. I mean, look at, guess what? I see things all the time. Look at that line right there. And no, wait, let's go back. Okay, stop. Look at that line right there and how it across goes to here. It is interesting to me how I see these things. Now look at that. Is that not some type of underground cave? Okay, I'll be honest with you. Now that I'm looking at it again, it looks like the ocean stops right there and doesn't go underneath into this cave. And maybe it's just a little cove. Maybe it's nothing. What's that red thing? Okay, maybe I'm stretching it. But honestly, this is Easter Island. Back when I did this, I thought it was so crazy how it would go in here like this shape right here. It looks like it's going inside into a tunnel, into a cave under Easter Island, okay? Called Prehistory Podcast Desktop Sesh -raw stream. Check it out for yourself, and you can go there yourself. There is a little link. I don't have it down here. This is very old, and I did it 2 or more years ago. Wow. 2 or more years ago. Time is going by so slowly. Now, I do have another video that I did called Ancient Maps of Atlantis 3. Now, before I show this to you, and I'm just going to give you a quick sneak peek, but before I do, I want you to see some other stuff. Now, this map, and it's one of these African tablets, okay? Tablet. Okay, I'm going to show you later. I'll click it now, and I'll take away the sound. As you can see, though, before I let it run, because I don't want to miss this, that's Cape Verde. That's the Senegal River complex. Okay, they enter just north of Cape Verde. But look at this, north of that, how many rivers do you count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, when you look at this, and I really want to get up here and look at that, I want to know what that says. I'm going to check it later. This looks exactly like what you see in the Piri-Reis map. Now that I've brought that up, I'm going to go to the Piri-Reis map right now. It's right here. Right now. Right here. It's right there. Now, I opened it in the wrong program, but you can see the shoal of mud that I'm talking about. What the heck is that? Now, Piri-Reis map shows it. Let me just open this up in another program so I can get a little closer. Called Photos. You may have heard of it. And as you zoom into this, now we can zoom in. We can zoom right in there. And you can see the same shoal shape. Look at it. It's got a flat surface on the right-hand side. Okay? And if you go over here to this other thing I just showed you, you can see the flat surface on the right-hand side right there. Now, if you wonder where we are, I do believe that this is Cape Timorous on right there, and this is Cape Blanco up here. There's other names for these places, but I'm saying Cape Blanco, Cape Timorous, because that's using the maps. And this is exactly where the Tamanrasset River came out into the Atlantic Ocean. Now, that being said, underneath Cape Timorous, where the capital of Nouakchott is currently located, you have another possible escape, and it really makes sense. Here, this African tablet. Now I want to let it roll, and let's watch and see if we can find out. I mean, if I go back, are we going to see the name of this map? We're not. Why not? I don't know why I did a bad job. There we go. There we go. Let's see it. We're gonna pause it right there. Okay, boom. Now I said the word tablet, but it's T-A-B-V-L-A. If you look this up in Google, you can find a bunch of maps just like this, and you can check it for yourself. Let me zoom in. Oh, I can't. That's a video. At the top, it says Africa tablet. A-F-R-I-C-A-E space T-A-B-V-L-A. Now, that's kind of a Roman spelling. As you can see in the top, you see the Morocco, and you can see the Canary Islands. And down below, you can see what I call Cape Blanco and Cape Timorous. And this cove has the shoal of mud that Plato wrote about. You know what I'm saying? It's awesome. And this is just some random thing I found. I don't see the... Let's let it roll now. I don't see the year. It's very clear. And you can see a lot of detail and a lot of... I don't know if they're showing the prime meridian, but they're showing that right there. Now, let's talk about that. That is definitely the Cape... Sorry, what do you call it? The... sorry, I was just watching Randall Carlson. I got my head totally messed up thinking about everything. But this is the Capricorn is not here. This is the sorry. We're going to see in a minute. I'm going to show you in a minute. Let's keep going before I freak out. Okay, you can see Cape Blanco, Timorous, the shoal of mud. Up here is the Tropic of Cancer. I see it now. Okay, here it says Occidentali Oceanus. Okay, the Eastern Ocean. And above it shows the Tropic of Cancer right there. This is not the Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Capricorn is way, way lower. What are we looking at here? I think that's 20. That's 20. Now, Tropic of Cancer is 23.5. 23.5. So that must be 20, or is that 20? I'm not sure. One of these is 20. Now, I'm going to show you a lot more maps right now. Watch this. This is crazy. The Piri Reis map shows this. This shoal of mud, and this is where the Tamanrasset River came out. This is where the southern rivers came out right here. Totally separate. Totally separate. Okay, that's it. Africa on a whole bunch of them. Now look at that one. Wait. Go back. Go back. Let's let it play. Let's let it play. Okay, this one right here. What is that up there? Okay, so this is Cape Blanco. So we're talking about down here. But up here, there's a lot of other rivers that we see. And this is also, and by the way, it's the Tropic of Cancer. It's also where the oceans... Sorry, you know what? Let's just keep going here. I don't even want to try to get into too much detail about this map. This video, Ancient Maps of Atlantis 3, that I did in 2019. Okay, there's a bunch of these I found, and I showed them. And look at this one here. You know, if you go back right here, right there, you can see this other lake. Okay, now I would call that Lake Maghreb, but it shows the river exiting north. And to me, and by the way, there's the mountains, and you can see the lakes north of the mountains. You probably got yourself a little bit of a conundrum here, and you got the other Lake Maghreb going this direction, and I believe that from what I've learned. All right, so we're gonna get past this. We're gonna see. Let's go past this and see what else we can find here. There's a lot of different things here. Okay. This map. Okay, now, this one's kind of weird, right? I don't even know where we are right now, actually. Let's just keep going. It might be upside down, for all I know. Is that... Oh, okay, I can tell you where we are. Okay, here we are. That's the Nile going south. And then you got this mountain, the Libyan... What does that say? Libya... Moner. Now, that's where this weird... congruency of rivers ended up in, because you also had rivers coming all the way across the Sahara and also from Senegal. Now, this doesn't show a lot here. This is actually quite interesting. I'll let it run, but this map, you can see on the here on the other side some stuff, but I don't want to get into that. I'm going to fast forward a little more to try to get to some other maps. I don't know what we're looking at. I'm just going forward in this real quick to get some maps that I discovered later on. There we go. So that shows obviously a very Ptolemy flat northern edge of Africa right there. Sick, right? I mean, come on. Give me a break, right? There's Egypt. There's the Nile coming out into the Mediterranean Sea. Some guy getting eaten by a fish. And then you got all this stuff happening in the Sahara. Several lakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lakes. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lakes that were like related to the ancient Sahara water complex. And these are just some of them. I'm not going to even get into this. I'm going back to where I started. Let's go back to the beginning, okay? And that's here. I'm here because we want to know, was the Eye of Africa part of Atlantis? So I did a lot of research back in the day. Now, locations of fortified towns of the Trans-Sahara trading routes. So we're talking about slavery, okay? We're talking about salt. These products were traded. And it happened in Wadan. I went there. It happened in Chingeti. I didn't go there. These two cities are right next to each other. Wadan is right by the Eye of Africa. Tichit, very important. And then other cities, including Timbuktu. Now, up here, I can show you some stuff, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to show you these maps instead, and I'm going to get through this. These are some local maps for Mauritania. I went to Wadan. I went to Attar. I went to Akjuit. I didn't really stop there. I drove through Akjuit. I know Nouakchott very well. I know it very well. I don't know Rosso. I didn't go down here to Senegal. I've heard stories. I heard about Nouadhibou. And I also heard about this Frederick. I say Frederick. I don't know. It looks like Frederick. It's Frederick. I don't know. Anyways, I was in Wadan. And I went to Erishat. Now, they do say that, Erishat. Not just Rishat, but Erishat. It's right there. Before we go there, I want to talk about the coastline so you can identify this place in ancient maps. Now, off the coast of Mauritania and above Dakar, a lot of different surveys were conducted. And you can see, ignore that, but you can see Cape Timorous up here with the shoal of mud as you see it today. And then up here is Cape Blanco, and then Nouakchott, where I stayed for almost 3 weeks. Now, I don't know why they call this little line Chingeti, but what we're looking at here is the previous shoreline. So what you might find here is a lot of things that could have come from Atlantis, buried in the sand on the shoreline. Senegal, Cape Verde, undisclosed location. I'm in an undisclosed location in the United States right now. And I'm sorry that this is happening. I'm going to double check and make sure that I'm still live. You know, I don't know if that's even happening now. I might be live. Okay, let me go to the next screen so you know if I'm live or not. I mean,
honestly,
that's not live. That's not live. That's not live. Let's go all the way to the end. Am I live or am I not?
Sorry that this is happening. I'm going to double check and make sure that I'm still live.
Okay. I don't think I'm live.
Happening now.
Am I live?
I might be live.
Am I live?
Go to the next screen. So
Let me go to the next screen. I'm live. I'm live. Okay. OBS. Thank you, OBS. Thank you. I don't know what happened with my other phone. It just died. I thought I had it being charged. What we're seeing here is the Western Sahara berm. Now this berm, I can show you a lot of examples. It's basically sand piled up. Do I believe there's actually landmines up there? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But there's a lot of history here we don't know about. Now, this is the type of sediment you find in the richat structure. I'm actually trying to get to the maps, but I did have this stuff in here, and it's a bunch of stuff I've found. Let me just say, I've been here, I've been here, I've been through here, and I saw it with my own eyes. I have a lot of opinions about that, which I've already discussed. Okay, we're seeing problems. Am I looking at the wrong thing? I'm looking at the wrong thing. I didn't want to see this. Am I looking at the wrong thing? I am, right? I am. I want to look at, wow. Okay, it's over. Let's close this and let's get into the new one, okay? Let's get into the new one. Where are we? Here. Right there. Okay? I like maps. I like maps. This is in my very popular video. And when we look at ancient maps of Africa, we see a couple of things. We see a lot of possible ancient lakes in the middle of the Sahara Desert. Okay, now this is the Senegal complex, but this map isn't that old. Now, if we go back in time, we can see Africa was already known to have an ocean going through it, and I can show you a lot of different maps that try to mimic that shape. But I don't really want to go back that far. I want to go back 13,000 years because I believe this is where Atlantis was located. This map is one that I finally have in my own possession. The problem is that the video I did was low res and bad connection. So we're going to get past it. Now, I've looked at a lot of maps, and first of all, Sahara Desert, isn't it? Do I have any chats? Okay, I'm going to say hi. Hello, and see if I can have any chats. I don't even have any people watching me right now. I did this because I wanted to show previous video that I've done of the ancient. Now here we have, forget the right, that's Cape Blanco, but you can see some ancient river outlet residue happening right here. I think that's important when you look at what is known now as Cape Verde. No, I'm sorry. It used to be called Cape Verde, and you'd still have the Cape Verde Islands, but this cape is called Dakar, and it's a very hard piece of bedrock that was dragged across the Atlantic Ocean from the mid-Atlantic ridge. It came from a long distance. This was torn across, and it created a line. But I believe what we're seeing here is residual river outlets, and what I'm seeing here is where the ancient 13,000-year-old shoreline was in Africa. So Dakar was a major land point from then and now. Now, going back up past Nouakchott, you get up here to what's called Cape Timaeus, the shoal of mud, the outlet of the Tamanrasset River. Ancient Tamanrasset River was wider than the Nile. And then up here, Capo Blanco. Now, I believe it was a major landmark. So when you look at these ancient maps, you know where you are. Okay, now the Cape, now another major, I don't know how to describe it, a feature of maps is not only the Tropic of Cancer, but also the Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Capricorn is down here. It's also 23.5 degrees south of the equator, which is right here. However, We don't care about that because we're looking at the Eye of Africa, which goes right through almost the Tropic of Cancer. Almost. Technically a little bit lower, probably about 21 degrees, between 20 and 21. So when we look at these ancient maps, now we go back starting here, 1884. The year 1884, wow, that's not very far back, is it? And when you look at this map, it's very reminiscent of the one that I showed. Is it here in the beginning? I don't want to go back. Of the, oh my gosh, the movie that starred the African, okay, never mind. I'm not going to talk about it because I can't remember. What you do notice is there's a lot of land here. This was called the French Western French Sahara area, and you can see Rio de Oro then, 1884. Rio de Oro was very well demarcated, and it's even better than Morocco, which is here and not spelled correctly. Algeria, you know, Libya is there, and Egypt. There's some messes, there's some problems there, right? You know that's not correct. But when you look at Rio de Oro, it's exactly the same as it is today. 1884 was the first year that we recognized the colonization of Africa with a map like this. Look at the coastline. These little tiny areas, Gambia, and they're all demarcated, but they're really a little bit like incorrect. Mauritania, if you look at it closely, you can see right here Capo Blanca, Cape Timorous is right there. It's very small. But you can see right there, that's exactly where, I mean, modern lines exist. This is not incorrect in a way. Now here, you see a map from 1880, and it's still rather dull, showing these mountains. If you follow Cape Timorous inland, the Adrar Plateau is demarcated here. Where's Attar? Where are these cities? Here it's even worse. Okay, this is a map from 1856. Totally blank. Oh, but wait, Wadan is right there. Look at that. The one thing you see is Wadan, and I went there. But it's not spelled like that. You gotta add an E on the end, okay? And then it's spelled O-U-A-D-A-N-E. Okay? Now, that's a really good landmark. Sometimes I think, look at this one. You can see a circle, okay? Talk about concentric circles. There's another one out here, though. So what are these circles? Maybe mountains, but you see what's called Hoden. Now, this is an 1852 map by Victor Levasseur. Okay, steel engraved with added color of Africa. But what you do see is Hoden. And you can look, Capo Blanco and Cape Mirik, okay, M-I-R. That was shortened. Okay, now what that says, I don't know. But we have a big cape, okay? And whatever that is, you've got Hoden right there. Okay, the Hoden is Waden. Now, it took a viewer of mine to tell me that, but once he did, it made so much sense. Hoden is Waden. Okay? Now, we could keep looking at these other maps. Here's another one of Hoden right there. You can see Hoden, 1851. You can see a couple of other things. Not really helping us. This one is, okay, we're going the wrong way. Let's keep looking. This is actually very good. This Tijit line and Hoden is very clear. Cape Verde, Cape Mirik, Cape Blanco. They're not a big thing here. You don't see any mud shoal now. Here, Cape Blanco, Cape Verde. Where's Mirik? Right there. That's the 1805 map. Okay, we're going farther and past. But look what you have. Hoden is right there with a ring of mountains around it. You got something called the gum forests. 1787. Now we're in a different century. you've got the same problem. You've got the whole Cape Blanco. You've got some prime meridian, Fur l'Isle de Fé. Okay, that's not anything we use now. But this prime meridian is not even barely touching the Cape Verde of Africa. I mean, it's good for reference. Here's one. It shows, again, doesn't even show Hoden. It's a 1737 map. Okay, it shows a river going up, but it doesn't really show Hoden much. Cape Verde's here, Cape Blanco there. It shows the shoal of mud. The shoal of mud that Plato wrote about is right there, okay? I'm just telling you. The prime meridian goes through England, 0 degrees. It was created in 1884, all right? So anything before 1884 doesn't show the prime meridian. If we're looking here, this prime meridian that I showed you a minute ago, this weird one that's on the 1737 map, this one shows this prime meridian to the left and out in the Atlantic. What are we looking at here? Galvatar, where is it? Galvatar, where are we looking? TH, where's the TH? Oh, over here? Oh, okay, I think that's related to something else. This one, 1710, it shows the Tropic of Cancer very clearly. And it shows Cape Verde down there. Cape Blanco, very rugged right there. And that's it. And you do see a river going to Hoden. Okay, there's another view. Cape Blanco, Big Bay River going up to Hoden. That's the Tamanrasset River. Now, why does it look like a Chinese character for Hai or Gao? Well, look at here in Timbuktu. You see the same thing. It's a city. It's not the character for Gao. Here it looks totally like Chinese character Gao for Hai. But Hoden's over here, and then mountains are over here. And you have a Seneca, and you have these different separations showing some type of this is 1710 colonization demarcations. This is great, right? This one really shows. In 1644, you've got really clear. And the only river that goes in, it goes to Hoden or Wadan. But I'm telling you right now, Wadan is not north of this river. It's south of the river. So I do believe that this is maybe this is the southern river for all I know. But it shows Cape Blanco. It shows Cape Verde, but it doesn't really show Cape Timorous anywhere around here. So we don't know how far south this goes. Okay, one of my favorites, right? And the reason why is because it's got this big swordfish. This was actually Ortelius Abraham, very famous map. And you can see in it that we got this city of Wadan right there. And right here we've got another one, Toi Fien. What is that? What is that? Is that going to be a city that I've been to? Unsure. We know that Nouakchott is about here. And we see one city here, Tongui. And then we have another city south of that called South Anna, and then Meda. Which one is the biggest one? That one's big, that one's big. I don't know which one is which. This map, it shows Capo Blanco. It shows another Capo, but it's not called Timorous. It's called Del Garze. And then down here you have Cape Verde and the Senegal complex. This is the Senegal River complex. Totally disconnected from up here. Okay, and by the way, you do have a couple of other little rivers. I don't know what G means. Gaia and Dos Vardos and Cipriano. And you got a couple of cities in there too. This is a 1584 map. Wow. This one is also very similar and very basic. But 1554, you've got Huadeni, now it's Hodeni with an I. You've got Kaput Albu, Dargoon, and you've got this shoal of mud right there. shoal of mud. There's a river going in. Let's just say that if Munster Sebastian... Okay, by the way, and let's take a look at this. Niger Palu Nigrite. Okay, this is Libya's interior, or what's going on here? I have no idea. Where's Boudezor? I have no idea. But we do have Caput Verde, that's Cape Verde, the Green Cape. That's the Senegal River right there. And you see it going up and drying out right there in these mountains. Well, they probably went up to Huadain. You have this other river, Regnum. That's probably the southern river. Now, if you haven't seen my videos, I was talking about this just recently. There were two river systems near the richat. One that went out in Cape, by the Mud Shoal, north of Cape Timaeus, and then another one that was north of Nouakchott, south of Cape Timaeus. Now, this map is 1507, and it includes stuff that Christopher Columbus found. If you want to go over here on the left side, you can see North and South America. There's Africa, and when you get in here and you look very closely, you see a whole S-load of rivers. Now, let's be careful. There's Cape Verde and the Senegal River. If you match this up here, that's the Senegal River complex. But everything you see here out of focus, I'm sorry it's out of focus, not my call, brah. But you can see river 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a bunch of mountains and a bunch of circular stuff here. There's clearly Cape, we can go back up to the original, that's Cape Blanco. And Cape Timaeus is right about there. So those rivers coming out are representing the Tem and Reset. And I don't know what, that's a mountain right there. That's not a river. All right, let's keep moving. I don't want to spend all night. 1459, the Frau Mauro Map. Now, if you don't know it by now, it's upside down. So everything that's written is upside down. I'm showing it to you as we recognize it. And Africa looks like literally the face of a lion. And if you look at it closely, you can see the Senegal River complex down here. This isn't very useful for what I want to show. Christian Faiths, Hereford's Mappa Mundi from 1300. Now, this map shows some stuff. What does it show? You've got an island between Spain and Africa right there. It looks like a fish, and there's another island out there in the Atlantic. Going down, you've got this river complex. Okay, this doesn't show us much we can accept, but you do have this river going across the Sahara over to the Egypt complex, and it's meeting over here somewhere. It shows some information that might actually explain some stuff. This map, it's kind of interesting, very old. You can see the islands outside the Atlantic. You can see the word Negr something. You can see what I consider to be the Senegal complex. That it would be the Cape of, I don't know what that is, the 20th line, and this is down below. We have it here, it's here. You can see that is basically probably the Tropic of Cancer, for all I care. You can see it here, the Tropic of Cancer. Down here, the Senegal River complex. And then here, a river going up to Huadain. What are we looking at? This is another, let's look at we don't have the whole thing, but this map is very similar to the one we saw up here, I think. In my opinion, it's very similar to this one right here. And you can even see here, Oceanus Atlanticus, written in the ocean, right above in the Atlantic Ocean. And down there, let's go back. Head back over there. It says the exact same thing. I think this is a mistake. I think this is a mistake. This is in the wrong spot for all I care. But you can see very clearly Huadan, something called Bala, something called Ganistica up here. It's probably closer to Morocco. Now, this map is very interesting. I don't know if it's real or fake, but one thing about it is it shows that Spain and Africa are connected. It also shows a lake here. Now, you can see Cape Verde. You can see the Cape Verde complex. But above that, you don't see any rivers. But you do see this lake, and it shows a river going all the way across. It was done in the 1500s. I did a poor job here, but you can see the date. I don't know if it's real or fake, but it shows some interesting stuff. And you see this one river leading up to from here down to the so-called Senegal River complex. I believe that we do have rivers going straight north. This one, very old. Don't have a date on this. What's going on here? Also, like, this is the Ptolemy types. This one shows some interesting things. This one shows the Canary Islands and the mountain range, the Atlas Mountains, with what looks like a lake and a river going across. Could be wrong, you know. There's some information here that I copied before. I thought it would help you recognize the map. This one here shows North and South America, so it couldn't be that old. It's in the wrong place. Okay, I think we're done with this. When I talk about Herodotus, I just want to say that Herodotus was not a map. It wasn't a sketch. It was written in the form of paragraphs. What Herodotus wrote was that the Atlantis was right about here. Now, if you notice, the Nile cuts over. This is the world according to Herodotus. I don't want to say this is perfectly correct, but you definitely have some questions. Now, here's another one, and it shows Atlantis right next to the Atlantes. So the Atlantis is over here somewhere in Western Africa, according to Herodotus. The Atlas Mountains. The Nile apparently had a couple of different rivers that went across the Sahara. These are some early pictures from a long time ago. I don't know if they were still doing our thing here, but I'm going to keep showing you some pictures. These are some really old ones from Visiting Atlantis. You can pause this as you please. These were the original slides that brought me into this whole story. And I looked at that information very clearly. I do believe that these concentric circles have some meaning. I mean, they're prominent enough. Are there pyramids near Cuba? Is there a pyramid near the Azores? Probably. I think it could be true. But let's not forget that... Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Bimini Road is in the Pyrenees map. Okay, these guys, this is the folks from Visiting Atlantis. I talked to her in an email, asked her if I could use her material. She said no problem. I mean, if it was really her. Here's some pictures of so-called dome geology. I don't believe it for a second. I don't believe it for a second. And that's it. This video is over. I wanted to show you this information. Let's call it quits. If you have any questions, before I leave, let's see if there were any questions. Anybody have any questions? Nothing? Oh, you know what? I'm not even monetized. Let me monetize this. Before we go any farther, I need my money. Show me the money. Three are watching. Thank you for getting here. Thank you so much. Oh, I got a few more subscribers. Wow, we got some stuff going on here. Let me get here to my content. I wasn't going to do a live stream, but it's the easiest way to make a video. There we go. I'm monetized now. Let's do it. Let's get this out there. Okay, this video, I want you to check it out. I called it Ancient Maps of Atlantis 3. I did it in May 20, 2019. There's a lot of other maps. I mean, I could probably scroll through if you wanted to see it. I got some comments in there. Lots of questions, right? The Maghreb Sea. What about this guy? Uh-oh, not that. These tablets, African tablets, just incredible. They're showing, basically what you're seeing right there is the Taman Reset, right there. It splits up into two parts. Okay, I can believe that. You've got a shoal of mud. It's what stopped people from getting to Atlantis after the cataclysmic event that happened 13,000 years ago. Read what Plato wrote. He wrote about this. He didn't write it. He wrote about the Diver Islands out here, but he also wrote about the continent, which he considered an island bigger than Libya and Asia combined. There's a lot of videos in here. There's a lot of maps in here. Africa Tabla. You can find them by yourself. This one's a little different. You can see it from here. There's a bunch of them. I showed this. Is a little different, but it's based on the same understanding. You can see Capo Blanco. You can see Hoden. You can see the river. And so many things. You know, you can see here it demarcates that Hoden was not only a city, but like a precinct or a county, you know, or a state. You can see both Hoden City, and it shouldn't be on the north side of that river. So I'm thinking that this river is the one that goes on the south side of it all. Okay, there's a lot of maps like this. Check out the video. I didn't go into it too much detail. I'm going to close it down now. You can check it out yourself. Ancient Maps of Atlantis 3. Bremer's Ghost. You are... Oh my God. Bremer's Ghost is dealing with... Yes. Bremer's Ghost. I can't believe it. I just saw you tonight on the... You have a wrench. Okay, let's get out of here. Alrighty. We're out of here. I don't know what's going on. A comedy. I love it. I love it all, but I'm done. Y'all have a nice evening. I'm out of here. Are there any questions? Let's check one more time. Where is the questions?
That's not live. That's not live. Let's go.
That's not live. Where's the live chat? Oh, there it is. Live chat. Did I get any live chats? Last chance for live chats. I'm not seeing any. They're probably not loaded yet. Let's go here and check it. And then I'm out of here. I am out of here. We're done. Oh, Johnny CH, thank you. But look at the above Johnny CH. We've got ourselves a spammer. Let's remove it all. Let's remove it. Remove. I don't need no spammers. Okay, Johnny CH, thank you. Thank you for joining. I'm out of here. Thank you for your thumbs ups. Thank you for watching. It's awesome, but I got to get out of here. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. We'll talk again soon. I'm here for you. Put your questions down in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to share with your friends. Y'all have a good evening.